Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 2, Episode 243. So today was going to be a 100% work day. I am responsible for all kinds of new things. I'm behind on those things. And so I went to work early in the morning. I got home about 5 o'clock in the morning. Woke up early, went to work, got there before 9 o'clock. Started going through the things that I need to do and was able to create documents for how to do one of the two major jobs that needs to be done. Also, it looks like that job was not done for the last month, so I was able to spend my day working on that, and I was able to get completely caught up on it, and I just wrapped all that up. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be meeting with my boss to talk about the other things that I'm supposed to be working on, and I will create documents for that as well, and then figure out what to do from there. So right now it is 2 p.m. and I'm going to go play some slots, get at least one session in, get my free food and stuff, and just figure out where to go from there. I think I need to take one of my girls to her practice, so that would be at like 4:30 or 5, so I'll check with the wife to find out when that has to happen and make sure that I'm available to do that. So luckily I will not be too far away from there, where I'm going right now. So not tired from yesterday at all. I'm a little frustrated. It's always the last two places that I go to on that trip that always frustrate me. Although I lost $12 at one place and made $450 at another place. I don't know what it is about those places, but I see a lot of things that disgust me. So anyway, moving on here, I'm going to go ahead and go into this slots only casino, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. I went in there for about 45 minutes or so. Walked in, looked at a couple machines. One of them was getting close, and actually in the state that I was in earlier this week, I would have played it, or last week I would have played it, but I can't play it here, not at that amount. Kept on looking, found one of my favorite machines, played that one through, and that's where I made, I went from even to about plus 80, 85, somewhere in there. And then I went to the new machines that have a very low return to player, so you have to be very tight and play them properly. And I found a play at a almost $4 level, played that through, and actually, so I bought in for, I started with $100, I had it up to $277, and that machine took me all the way down to $13 before it finally hit, and that took me up to $407. And then I looked at a lot of other things, but nothing else was available. There was one set of machines where there were 3 different couples playing these machines, and all of them were low on cash, and all of them kept running out of money, and they kept going back to the ATM. And I was shocked at how slow they were playing, because when I first walked in, I saw one of these and it was pretty much there. And when I came back like 25 minutes later, it was still pretty much the same spot. So they're playing like one spin at minimum bet, waiting for it to stop, waiting for everything to stop flashing, the money to count up 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, and then they would push it again and watch it. You know, I guess that's entertainment. If you're there for entertainment, I guess that's what that would be. So anyway, I waited around for them forever, and they never got up. I went and I was going to get food, but I decided not to. I just got drinks for the week, and I still have a lot of stuff that's about to expire that I need to use. So I need to figure out the best way to use this money. Candy bars are like $4. I'm not doing that. Burgers are $9, but so are onion rings. So I may just do a bunch of drinks just like water and things like that to take with me. Although that would be 100, 200 waters, so, or more, even at $5 a bottle for the big bottles. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do right now. Now, you remember about a month or two ago, I guess it was 2 months ago, talked about my son collecting half dollars, and we ordered some half dollars, and they actually had to order a box of $500 worth to get any in. So I went in there and I got $200 worth. I went back to get more, and they said other people had already bought them. So I asked them if they could buy another $500 box for me, and they agreed. So they just called me and told me that those were in. So I'll go pick up a couple $100 worth of half dollars and mess around looking at those. There are casinos, a lot of casinos, if not most casinos, will take your change and not charge you a fee. So I will be taking it to, actually I should have checked this place that I was just at. That would be a good place to do it. I will take the half dollars there because I don't want to roll them up and take them back to the same bank I got them from. I think that would be kind of rude. So when these places get it, they go to a different city in our state where the Federal Reserve does all their stuff, and all the money from vending machines and stuff all goes to one city in our state. So anyway, let's see. Tomorrow I see a glimmer of hope that I'll be able to get out, but I'm not positive. I'll carry this episode over and we'll see what happens. It is still a little early. Oh golly, jeez. Oh man, I don't know. I could play a couple hours of poker and still get home at a decent hour. Let me think this through. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I just wanted to mention something else. While I was in there, I ran into another Advantage player, and he told me that this casino cut off his free play. Obviously he knows what he's doing. He makes money. His win-loss statement reflects that he makes money. That's why on certain games, when you know you're just about to hit, you pull your card out before you spin. Before you pay for a spin, you pull your card out. And he didn't do that. And he's been hustling slots for 20 years and didn't do that. And he says now he's going to show a loss every day for the next few months and ask them to reevaluate it and see what they say. But, you know, hopefully he gets it back. But he was getting almost $300 a week, and now that's gone. That's $15,000 a year EV gone because he didn't do that one simple step of pulling the card. I mean, obviously, certain machines, if it's a $999.96 and it has to hit by 1,000, you should not leave your card in the machine because it's going to show that you spun it 4 times and made a $995 profit. You don't want to show them that. So you just play without your card. You don't need those 10 points. You need to show a loss. Crazy. But we'll see what happens there. I don't think I'm going to have any heat on me because at that place, last year I showed a $50,000 loss, even though I was ahead. And this year, I'm sure I'm showing a big loss because I do that stuff. So, lesson to you guys: don't get burned. If you're going to be using your name, just like in blackjack, you don't use your name and then spread 1 to 40. You know, unless you don't care about burning the place forever. But if you want to use that place again in the future, when you're going to spread big, you don't use your card. If you're doing 1 to 5, you could use your card. And same with slots. If you're going to show $2,000 profit a week or more, you know, at that one place, you don't want to, use your card. So anyway, enough beating a dead horse here. I am in rush hour traffic right now, about 2 hours before rush hour. I am heading toward the bank, toward the poker club, and still deciding what I want to do. So I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. I decided not to play poker. I went to the bank and then went home. And I bought $200 worth of half dollars. My son went through them with me, and he's got all the half dollars now from the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. except for two of them. They both happen to be from 1987, so I guess they only made a few million of them at that time. So we'll have to hunt for those a little bit more. It is now Tuesday morning, and I am just leaving home. I'm leaving home late, unfortunately, and the reason for that is my wife was volunteering for something this morning, and I had to get a bunch of kids on the bus. Our kids, neighbor kids, all these other kids come to our house, and they come in the house because it's cold outside and warm up until the bus gets there. So I had to be there until the bus picked them up. So this morning it is 30 degrees. The wind chill is 19 degrees. So for you who don't know what that means the feels like temperature is 19 degrees due to wind. So it's a nice day. It's sunny outside, no clouds, so it makes it colder. And I'm on my way to the office, unfortunately. Today I am going to make sure that everything I did yesterday is still complete, because there's changes and stuff. I have one meeting today with my manager, and I need to figure out how to do this other task. So I'm going to finalize my paperwork on the one from yesterday and get a plan in place for today. For the other task, which is the biggest task that our team has, the most complicated task. It's basically any kind of alerts that come in on any server go through this software, and what the guy was doing before me was going through every message and deciding if it was important or not, how to fix it, and then creating a plan to fix it and send it to each owner of each server. I don't think I'm going to be doing that, so we're going to have to find a better way to do this. I'm not going to spend 50 hours a week doing this. If I do have to, I will quit tomorrow and spend 50 hours a week at the blackjack table, and I won't have to worry about all this stuff. So one way or another, this is going to get handled the way I want it handled. Anyway, heading off to work right now, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. So, decision time. Oh man, what a rough morning I've had so far. Right now it's about 11:20 a.m. and lots of stuff happening here. So today's task was to figure out the other part of what this person was doing who left, and figure out how to take over. And I had a meeting, and I kept asking the question, yeah, but blah, 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 whatever. Because it didn't make sense to me that one person was doing this. It's not reasonable for it to be done this way. Basically what it is a scan comes in, and it has 100 vulnerabilities per server, let's just say. Let's say there's 50,000, let's say 5,000 servers with 100 vulnerabilities. That's 500,000 vulnerabilities. And they want us to go through each vulnerability individually, figure out if it applies to us, figure out if it's new or old, and then figure out which team needs to fix it, and then create a ticket explaining to them what the problem is and what the solution is so that they can fix it. And that needs to be done monthly. And that's not going to happen. There's no way I'm doing that. There's no way anyone's going to do that. From what I understand, this guy has been doing this for 6 years, and he does this about 40 hours a week. That's what he spends his time on. I think we can find a better way to do this. So today, I have a meeting here in about 6 minutes. I'm going to get on that meeting as I'm driving to a place to play some slots. Then I'm going to decide if I'm going out of town or not. I have to be back tonight early, and actually my mom has something she needs done, and because of that I'm going to have to miss one of my daughter's concerts tonight, but I already promised my mom, so I'm not even going to mention it. So I've got to be back in town by 6. That gives me 7 hours, and there is a way that I can play blackjack about 2 hours away That if I go straight there, that would be 4 hours plus playtime. Plus, I'm going to make at least one stop on the way down and one stop on the way back. Do I do it? That's the question. So right now, I am going to hop on my PC. I am going to go through this meeting on my way to the first stop of the day, which is a slots casino. And I am going to go there, play it, and I am going to figure out what to do from there, and I'll be back to update you. But the only thing I can think of is to focus on all the stuff for work tonight, knock out whatever I can tonight, figure out what to do, and just go from there. So there's going to be an easier way. I'm not doing it the way the guy did it. It's just not reasonable. So for now, letting you go, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So it's decision time. I finished my meeting. I went into this place and looked around and found absolutely nothing. Never even got any money out of my pocket. And saw a guy in there, talked to him, and got his contact details. Learned a lot from him. He used to work at a casino, and he may have some contacts that could help me. But overall, didn't make any money. I was in there for a little over 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and right now I'm leaving. So now I have a decision to make. I can go to a slots-only casino and then another slots-only casino, and I would have 2 hours of playtime. Or I could go to a further place, go straight there, skip all the casinos on the way, skip all the casinos on the way back, and have an hour and 20 minutes of blackjack time. That's where I'm at right now. Or I could go play poker. What do you do? Tomorrow I'm definitely going to be playing blackjack. I'll be traveling. Do I just wait till tomorrow and not go to those places? I could go play poker and then come back here and then head home. It's just the order that everything is in. The position where all these places are is like worst case scenario. It makes me travel the furthest for the least amount of money. Yeah, I don't know. I think driving all that way, like 2.5 hours each direction from here, I don't think I want to do that right now. As much as I hate it, I think I have to play poker. Now I'm wondering, if I go play poker, am I going to be number 11 on the list and I have to wait for a second table to open, and that takes 2 hours? I don't know. All right. I think I'm going to head toward the poker place, see what's going on, and then I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. All right, I'm a little cranky. I did win, but I'm still a little cranky because I knew what just happened was going to happen at the end there. But it's just the way it goes. Let me go over a couple things that happened with you here. Early on, I played for about 2 hours. Early on, there was what they do is when they switch dealers, I was playing 1-2 no limit. When they switch dealers, they do a $10 bomb pot, which means everyone puts in $10, and then they go straight to the flop. There's no betting before the flop. So $10 each. We had 5 players in that hand, and I'm dealt pocket kings. The flop comes 4 of hearts, jack of spades, 8 of hearts. So looking pretty good. You know, you want to dodge the hearts, but other than that, you've got an overpair. One guy makes it 15, another guy makes it 15, which is ridiculous, right? I mean, you've got a pot of 50, and you're making it 15. So at that time, I had lost a couple hands real early on, very quickly, and I was pretty far down. I bought in for $200. I had about $75 left. $10 went to the bomb pot. I had about $65 left. So I go all in for the 65, and I get 3 callers, and then the turn is another jack, so it pairs the board, but it's not any jack, it's a jack of hearts. So that jack pairs the board and puts a flush on the board, and the river is a queen of diamonds. So you have a straight and a flush, trips, full house, all that possible on an all-in with me and 3 other players. And I show my kings and everybody mucks. So I won that hand, got a little bit lucky on that hand. But if you think that's a little bit lucky, here's another hand. I had pocket queens. I got pocket queens 3 or 4 times today. Pocket queens, it was $15 pre-flop. I was in the big blind. So I was under the gun, so I was first to act. So I didn't raise it quite yet. I figured other people were going to raise it. 4 players in the hand for $15. Nobody raises from there. I just made that 15. And the flop is Jack, Jack 10. So I've got pocket queens. The flop is Jack, Jack 10. The guy makes it 25, but he doesn't put out his chips. And the dealer says 125. So I gather at that point, I had like 133. Dealer says 125, and then the guy throws out 25, and the dealer goes, oh, 25, sorry. But I'd already stacked 125, which would be almost my whole stack. So I just go all in. So I go all in, and everybody folds except the guy to my left. And he shows his cards to me one at a time, shows me a 10 first. I'm like, okay, he's got 2 pair, I'm all right. And then he shows me the bad news, the Jack. So he's got a full house. So he's got Jack, Jack, 10, 10, 10. And I have 2 pair, queens and jacks. And the turn is a queen right away. And then the river's a 4, so I win that pot with a bigger full house. That was a $363 pot. Here's another interesting hand. There was a board. I wasn't involved in this hand, but the board had a missed flush on the board, but on the river there's a possible straight with a 5. The 5 gives the possible straight. The guy goes all in for $73, and he's to my right. Then the guy to my left is thinking about it, and the guy that went all in goes, come on, man, just fold. What do you got? You got a straight? What's going on? And so the straight is possible. It's out there. So he goes, you want me to show you? And he shows him a 5. So, okay, he's got a pair of 5s, maybe a set, and he doesn't have a straight. He doesn't have a flush. He doesn't, I mean, what's going on here? And then the guy's still thinking about it. And he goes, you want me to show you the other one? I'm like, is this guy an idiot? You're all in, and you're going to show the guy both cards? So he shows him another card, which is the other 5. So he's got a set of 5s, and the other player folds immediately, which he probably would have called. Obviously, if he had a straight, he would have called immediately, but instead he folded. So you lose money. You're not a very smart guy. So there was a hand. I didn't write this one down, but I played that same guy that went all in with a pair of 5s there and showed his hand. I played a hand with him where I had pocket queens actually also, and the flop comes out with a 4-7 king. I'm like, okay. He goes all in again. Now at this point, he's got a smaller amount of money. I don't know how much, maybe $60 or something like that. So there's a king on the board, and I've got queens, and he goes all in. I call him. No, what happened was he checked, and then the turn was an ace. Then he goes all in, and I snap call him, and the river is just junk. And I show my queens, which is 3rd pair, and he folds. So he just playing garbage and playing like garbage. So that was okay with me. Let me see here. There's another hand. I had a 7-8 suited, and I called $5, which was the guy to my right had made it $5 with a straddle, and then someone else made it $15, so I called the $15. So there's 3 of us. The flop is a 4-5-7. I've got 7-8 suited, and there's no flush possible. The first guy that has straddled checked. I make it 20. I get both people call me. The river puts a flush on the board, and I make it 40, and both of them fold. So that was a fun hand. Then I'm going up and down, up and down. Once I started with $200. I had it built up to about, at my high point, probably like 430, somewhere in there. And he moves me to another table. Now, I know the players at this other table. They're all wild players. They play anything. They play mind games. They do all that stuff. They have more experience than me. All of them do. And I considered leaving right then, but I didn't leave. So I go over to the other table, and some crazy hands. People raising 100, 150 with jack high, and not getting called, showing the jack high. People just doing stupid stuff. They all play with each other all the time, so they know how the other guys play. And I had a hand where I had a queen jack. I had an ace queen, and the board comes like 4 or 5 jack, and there's 3 of us. They all check. I bet 20. Turn is a queen. They all check. I make it 35, and I get 1 caller. The river is a king, and he checks first, and I check. And he was playing a king 3. So it's like, what the hell? And I said, you know what? I should have known better than to play with you guys. I said, I'm here to play poker, not bingo, so I'm just going to leave. So I ended up leaving. I think I ended up leaving plus 170. So maybe I had a little more than 430, I don't know. But plus 170. And right now I'm on my way back to play some slots. I'm going to have about a half hour to play, and then I'm going to have to head home. So we'll see what happens with that. Plus 170. I go to my post office box, which I haven't checked for 4 months. I stand in line. Usually this box gets full in about a week. Stand in line. I go up there. I said, look, I think you have some of my mail. I haven't checked my P.O. box in 4 months, and usually gets full pretty quick. She goes back, nope, you don't have any mail. I said, that's impossible. It fills up in a week. It's been 4 months. No, sir, I'm sorry. You know how those people are like the government workers? I know it's not government, it's not federal, but you know how they act? Sir, you're going to have to calm down, sir. Sir, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have it. You got to fill out Form 496. Oh, you're asking that question? You have to fill out 492 and then get Form 96. That's the way they were talking to me. And I finally said, she said, the lady who would normally put the mail in your box isn't here. I said, well, can I talk to her? Do you have a phone number? No, I'm sorry, I don't, but I can give you a phone number. I'm like, that's what I asked you for, so that would be good. So she gives me 2 phone numbers with no name. So I'm going to have to call, and she said she only works till noon, which, she's probably working a lot of overtime, probably working 6 to noon. I have no idea, some of these people. So that was a little frustrating. My key for my P.O. box is in my darn car, because my car was going to take 3 days to fix, and it's been 4 months. Anyway, heading off to play some slots. Hopefully we do well there, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I went back to the casino again, the slots casino again, and really was having a hard time finding anything. And after about a little over 20 minutes, I had played one play, short play, and I was ahead $2. So kept walking around. I still have extra time left. In fact, even now after I left, I have a little extra time. Found a play. Someone was sitting on the machine for a long time. I sat down, found a short play on there at about $4.50 a spin. Played that through, and that brought me to being ahead about 150, and then this sounds stupid, but I was involved for 200, and I had 349.97, and I said, let's just find something else to get me to the next dollar at least. And then I noticed I had a voucher in my pocket, but I was already walking around, and I found another play at about $2 a spin. And I'd come around that machine earlier. There was 3 of them, and 2 of them were occupied. So came back around. I saw one of them was both of them were empty. So I walked up to the first one, nothing. Walked up to the second one. I found a play at about $2 a spin, and within 5 spins I hit that, and I ended up walking away ahead total overall $226. So nice short play, cost me less than $10 to play it, and made some decent money. And that was it. That's all I could get done. Unfortunately, wish I could get more done, but there's just nothing available. So right now I am heading toward home to take care of some personal stuff on the way, and then we'll see what happens from there. I may go out late tonight. Probably not, but I may. Tomorrow's going to be a very long day. Thursday's going to be even longer. And both tomorrow and Thursday I have meetings at night back in town. So tomorrow I'll have to leave by 6, be back by 6. Thursday I have to leave by 5, be back by 6. So it's going to be some long days coming up. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to call it a night for now. If you have any questions or comments, it's mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.